What's up, everybody? It's your boy Big Papa JT coming at you with my LSU versus Auburn preview and analysis. Before I begin, I'm going to ask you guys to please hit the subscribe button. I get a pretty decent amount of views on my videos, but I'm just wondering why nobody subscribes. So I'm asking that you guys please subscribe. Help me get to my goal of 1,000 subscribers. I just hit 500 subscribers 3 days ago. So I want to get to 1,000. This keeps me going. You guys commenting and subscribing keeps me going, as it's very hard to keep doing this with high school and all the work I have to do. So please subscribe and show support to the channel. I do these every week, key games. So I'm going to get straight to it and stop begging for subscribers. LSU versus Auburn. So this is probably my favorite game of. I'm looking forward to this game. Both of these teams had great defenses. Each of these defenses are great in a particular at one thing. Auburn is really good at stopping the run. At LSU, I think, is really good at stopping the pass, despite what the stats say. Both these teams have strengths. So without further ado, let's get to the offense-defense comparison, comparing the Auburn offense to the LSU defense. Auburn is 33rd in the country in total offense with 493.5. They are 85th in the country in passing yards per game with 205.5. Rushing yards per game, they average 288 rushing yards on the ground, which is 16th in the country. And they are 31st in points per game with 42. And LSU is 8th in the country in total defense with 8.5 points allowed in 2 games. They are 77th defending the pass, allowing 224 passing yards per game, but they are much better than that talent-wise. They're going to be much better against this Auburn team. They are 16th stopping the run, allowing 74 rushing yards per game, and they are 8th in points per game allowed with 8.5. Now, comparing the LSU offense to the Auburn defense, LSU is 110th in the country in total offense with 315.5. Rushing yards per game, they are 70th in the country with 170 rushing yards per game. They're 113th passing the ball, only passing for 145.5 passing yards per game. And they're 69th in the country in points per game with 32. Auburn is 31st in the country in total defense, allowing only 301.5 yards per game. 78th defending the pass with 227 passing yards per game allowed. They are 17th stopping the run with 74.5 rushing yards against them. And they are 23rd in the country in points per game allowed with 12.5. So, with that being said, it's time for my keys to victory that each team needs to do to win this game. Auburn needs to get the ball to Darius Slayton. He, in 2 games, only has 3 receptions for 41 yards. I expect much more of him. If Auburn wants to win this game, they need to get him the ball, and they need to make him a key part of their passing game, because neither of these teams is going to have success running the ball against each other. Both of these front sevens are probably some of the best in the country, maybe top 10, both respectively in the country. Both of these teams aren't going to be able to effectively run the ball against each other. Auburn needs to stop the run. LSU is going to try to establish the ball early with Forsett, not Fournette, Forsett, who is the leading rusher. He's going to get the buttload of the carry, even though LSU does running back by committee. He's going to get most of the carries. They need to stop the run and force Joe Burrow to show the 5-star quarterback that he is and force him to win them the game. And they need to keep Jarrett Stidham protected, because Auburn is LSU, is 7th in the nation in sacks. This team can really get after you. They can stop the run, and they can stop the pass. LSU needs to force the Auburn cornerbacks to cover these wide receivers, because LSU's wide receiving core over the past years, they have produced some great NFL wide receivers such as Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham. And this LSU wide receiving core, I believe, is pretty underrated, and I believe they are very, very better than these Auburn cornerbacks, and they need to show it. Auburn they need to force Auburn to guard these wide receivers, man to man or zone, whatever, and they need to make these they need to make these cornerbacks scared, and I believe LSU is able to do that. Joe Burrow has to have a good game because I think he's been pretty average. But this game, he has to show that he is the 5-star that everybody knows that he is. And he has to play like one. He has to complete more than 50% of his passes this game because this is a tough environment to come and win a ball game. And the rushing game is most likely not going to be there. So he's going to have to win this game passing the ball to these talented wide receivers that he has. And also for him to accomplish that, the offensive line has to give Joe Burrow time to throw, which is what LSU has been addressing all this week. They have been putting emphasis on pass blocking and protection, trying to keep Joe Burrow protected against his talented Auburn defensive front, which might be the second best in college football behind Clemson. So the team I have winning this game, I have LSU winning this game. I feel Joe Burrow will come out and have a great performance against this stout Auburn defense and defensive line. I don't think Auburn will be able to cover these wide receivers. And it's going to be a pretty good game. I have LSU winning in a tight one, 17-13 LSU. And that's my final prediction. So let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Make sure to like the video, comment, subscribe.